Welcome back with another banger. It's the React Files. Hope you having a good night. Let's get straight to it.
Diddy's freak-off tapes have been leaked to the media. The New York Post is reporting that they have tapes of Diddy's freak-offs, and they were able to pinpoint exactly when some of these freak-offs were happening. Videos reviewed by the Post are part of the same archives that include footage that appears to show Diddy having relations with a much younger male A-list star. That video has been shopped around for sale to news outlets by more than one purported seller. In these troves of files, some videos are undated or the dates are clearly incorrect, but other files have dates that are consistent with verified details of events, locations, and clothing that Diddy and others were wearing. However, many of the videos have dates that can be corroborated with star-studded events, including the 2004 and 2005 VMAs in Miami and the 2005 Super Bowl in Jacksonville. In the early morning hours of August 29, 2005, the Diddy after party from the MTV VMAs was still going strong. Actresses such as Eva Longoria chatted with Fergie in one corner, Ice-T, Quincy Jones, and NASCAR great Jeff Gordon and Paris Hilton mingled with guests. Soon that event moved from the Inside Space nightclub to Diddy's Miami mansion. From there, it appears to have descended into a crazy party, according to photos and videos viewed by the Post. By then, all of the stars appeared to have gone except one, Diddy. They were replaced by a cast of fit young men and women, all in various states of undress. Two white men took turns having physical relationships with a young woman who clearly had white powder under her nose. Diddy could be seen in the background wearing a white t-shirt with the words, "God is the greatest," written in black, and the same shirt that he was photographed wearing that night at the VMA's after party. And they even dug up the photos of Diddy in this shirt at the 2005 VMA after party. In another clip from that night, a couple had loud physical relationships on a table as a group of well-dressed people stood around. During the weekend of the Super Bowl in Jacksonville in February 2005, Diddy threw a star-studded gala with attendees like Ashton Kutcher, Ashley Simpson, and the Girls Gone Wild founder, Joe Francis. Hours later, the party seemingly moved to a $2 mansion nearby, which Diddy rented for a reported $20,000 per week. In one video, two men having physical relationships with each other while the sounds of laughter echo throughout the room. It appears that Diddy himself took part in the action that night and held the camera from his point of view while he appeared to engage with physical relations with a woman. There is no indication that his Super Bowl party guests knew about this freak-off that took place afterwards. A federal law enforcement source who is involved in the investigation on Diddy said that after hearing the descriptions of the scenes in the video that the Post have reviewed, they are consistent with the videos that they have. Just about everything you can imagine was happening at his parties. Now our job is to determine whether this was consensual for everyone involved or if anyone has been trafficked and what laws have been broken. This is absolutely crazy that now we're finding out a news outlet has finally got their hands on these multiple freak-off tapes of Diddy. And I can't help but wonder if one of these outlets isn't going to try to at least upload censored photos of these videos to show legitimate proof to us that this is something that they actually have in their possession. Because we've heard that these videos are being shopped around to these news outlets for a lot of money. And if it's something that you're going to buy, I can only assume most likely you are going to try to post it in any legal way that you can because you know it's going to rock the internet once you do. But y'all let me know what you guys think about Diddy's freak-off tapes being sold to the media in the comments.
Shout out to Khadijah Lynn. Yo, that's crazy. The New York Post got their hands on some video. Yo, Imagine what other news outlets got their hands on something. I totally agree with her. Whoever gets it gonna try to find the most legal way they can to post it. It'll definitely rock the internet. That's crazy.
Diddy always been the type of individual that wanted to have ups on the next person no matter what they was doing. He did the stuff to Ja Rule so he could go after Jay-Z. They not gonna come out and speak on nothing that has anything to do with them, and they praying that they not on the tape doing crazy stuff, being oiled up in the whole 9 yards. Until the feds say, hey, yo, listen here. Hey, buddy, we got you on this tape, and girl looked like she was pretty young. We're not gonna show it, but we need you to come and testify against Brother Love. That's when they're gonna start talking, and they're not gonna be talking in his favor. 250 cameras all over the house. Somebody got caught stealing a cookie out the cookie jar. When you that powerful, you didn't get that powerful without having 1 or 2 or maybe 3 ups on somebody.
Okay, Beyonce, at this point, it's just getting desperate. I see that you are in your desperate area. You're losing followers. You're coming out with this sacred candle line for $60. What makes your candle so different than anybody else's? Okay, the people are tripping over the prices, but y'all really need to be concerned about what this candle is releasing into your atmosphere. And per Beyonce, this is supposed to release the ancestral ambiance into your atmosphere so you can connect with your inner roots. Okay, we already know Beyonce is very vocal about the God that she serves, the goddess of Oshun. We know that she practices witchcraft. I mean, whether she admits it or not, she is a full-blown witch. She already started with you guys putting this witchcraft into your hair when she released her hairline with shampoos and conditioners. You're literally moisturizing whatever witchcraft that she has put inside of these bottles of shampoo and conditioner, and now she wants you to release this candle into your atmosphere so you can connect with your ancestors. Now, y'all know me. I'm not for it. I'm not here for it whatsoever. I mean, she has yet to, she's never going to acknowledge what's going on with the whole Diddy shenanigans. She is just completely releasing new products saying F her fans, and you guys are just so hard down for this witch. I truly hope that God removes the scales from your eyes and release you from this bondage, because it is clear she is trying to keep you guys in a stronghold, and she is doing it by way of her music, by way of this hairline, and by way of these candles, and by way of whatever else that she is just hypnotizing you guys with, the whole goddess energy and aura and all this weird stuff that's going on. But as for me and my home, we serve the Lord, and we will not be buying no sacred candles.
Shout out to Jonesy, $60 for a candle? That's crazy. The whole ancestral thing is what did it for me.
Yo, look at his freaking face. Let me zoom it in. This is literally the face of someone possessed by demons, if not fallen angels, the ancient gods themselves. So every time a celebrity gets arrested, I ask myself the same exact question. Well, are they going against the narrative, or is this actually part of the plot? Because believe it or not, some people are too powerful to actually legitimately go to jail. Back to my question, against the narrative or part of the plot, usually the answer comes out within a few months or years. Because sometimes when people go in, they come out completely different. If you don't know, this is this. And don't forget, you are the company that you keep. Satanists hang out with Satanists, bankers with bankers, etc., etc. So the supporters are starting to make a little bit of sense. You know what I mean? By the way, extra, look at Eminem's face right here. Look at it again. Who can tell me what emotion lies deep in these eyes? If you don't know, it's anxiety and submission. Don't be fooled.
Jamie Foxx says he was poisoned by Diddy and he turned him into the FBI. And allegedly he got poisoned by Diddy because he was in freak-off tapes and the feds called him as a witness. And this is something that's been speculated about Jamie Foxx for quite some time, but now he's actually saying it out of his mouth. In Jamie Foxx's upcoming Netflix comedy special, he made a startling claim that Diddy was behind the stroke that he suffered a year ago. He went into detail about what happened before, during, and after his health scare, and then looked at the audience and said, Diddy was responsible for my stroke. And what's crazy is there is a celebrity bodyguard that has been speaking about this for over a year, and he recently just did an interview right before this information dropped, speaking on it again, and he said the information was about to come out.
Well, I know he poisoned Jamie Foxx, and Jamie Foxx reported him to the FBI because of it. I know that's a fact.
Wait, you're saying that Diddy poisoned Jamie Foxx and that's how Jamie Foxx got sick?
Jamie Foxx reported this man to the FBI because of this.
Is there any idea why Diddy would want to poison Jamie Foxx?
You get called to testify. If you on camera and some of this footage, and you want to make it a little bit easier for yourself, it's ways in this industry people go about doing things. But by the time this drop, this is going to be in the stratosphere. It's going to be in the ether by the time this drop. You can probably look it up right now. But by the time this interview drop, this is going to be out in the ether for sure.
Now, this celebrity bodyguard went on to explain how they would use cyanide, and this is a highly toxic, fast-acting poison that can be lethal. And what I found really crazy is if it's not enough to be lethal, it can actually cause pneumonia because it leads to a decrease in oxygen utilization. We know that Kim Porter passed away from pneumonia. It can be exposed by being inhaled, ingested, or absorbed through the skin or other means. I'll Be Sure has spoke about how Diddy is the one that allegedly put him into his coma after speaking out that he thought that Kim Porter was unalived. And today, I'll Be Sure took to his Instagram and shared this post of him and Jamie Foxx. I'll Be Sure even took to Instagram again just recently when that book was sold on Amazon about Kim Porter, saying what happened to Kim Porter and what happened to him. He explained how Kim was taken from us too soon before she could complete her true thoughts on everything that she was going through with Diddy, and her disappearance of her computer and vital evidence raises significantly more questions. Kim Porter was getting ready to expose the reality of being abused, drugged, and trafficked, just like Cassie Ventura. He said that Kim was taken from us because she was set on course to accomplish what Miss Cassie Ventura did by igniting the bonfire, which brings us here today with the avalanche that brought Satan to their chambers. For over a decade and a half, I've been posting about and tagging random law enforcement agencies in hopes to protect loved ones, avoid deaths and tragedies that can have all been avoided. He said he has been ignored, ridiculed, and medically silenced to cover up the crimes that you are all now very aware of. He said the costly campaign to silence and physically harm me from exposing. It aimed to prevent me from further sharing public facts and insights that Kim Porter shared with me during our frequent and intimate conversations in her attempts to save my life by sharing frequent plans to do harm and possibly ending my life. Fortunately, I'm the only survivor by the blessing of a medical team that initially gave up on me because multiple system organ failure, septic shock, incubation, and being on a ventilator for 38 days, and it forced me to visit death's doorstep. But the God I serve and worship had another plan. Keep in mind that this is just the G-rated version of what I have endured for over a decade to silence me. I also kept forensic records of every individual who was sent my way to set me up, track me, gaslight me, and allegedly cause harm to my system. I'll Be Sure then went on to explain how he told the feds that they need to reinvestigate Kim Porter's death. I'll Be Sure even said back in the day that he told Kim Porter to call the FBI, and there have been rumors that she was actually working with the FBI before she passed away. So now we have multiple people confirming that Diddy's MO is poisoning them when they are getting ready to out something, just like I'll Be Sure said from the very beginning that he thought that Kim Porter was unalived. Now we have Jamie Foxx confirming that Diddy allegedly poisoned him, and this is what led to his stroke and put him in the hospital because he was called as a witness by the feds because he was found on Diddy's freak-off tapes. People are claiming that this is Diddy's MO, and what would these people have to gain from saying something crazy like this? Like, I am telling y'all, anybody that had a weird passing that was around Diddy or even a medical emergency needs to be investigated. And I really hope that the FBI does have this information and they're highly investigating it because it's way too crazy for somebody just to make that shit up. But y'all let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
Shout outs to Khadisha Lynn. Shout outs to Cap Capone News. Yo, they getting this story out for real. This is crazy. Now, Supposedly, Jamie Foxx has a Netflix special coming out where he says it. Bro, I think that special definitely gonna do some numbers.
Reality is dimensional. Let me tell you what that means. We'll start with this. The Earth is a closed system, meaning it doesn't exchange matter with the outside. There are exceptions to this with meteors and such. But by and large, the Earth has its own defense system, and that gets really big. Well, I'll show you. To keep its own matter in and foreign matter out. Now, when I say that the moon is in the sky, I mean it's within this closed system that includes the atmosphere and the magnetosphere. Observe the bow shock. And the magnetosheath and the magnetopause and the plasmasphere and the plasma sheet and the magnetotail and the Van Allen radiation belts. Have we been to the moon? Well, we have in a Hollywood basement, I know that for sure. But the moon is within the Earth's atmosphere and magnetosphere in this closed system. Now, this closed system, according to NASA anyway, but I'll show you, hold on, is within this closed system. And this closed system is called the solar system. And like the Earth has its own magnetosphere, the sun has its own heliosphere or atmosphere. And defense systems, look at the bow shock again, scaled up from the Earth to the solar system. And this is all represented as a sphere for a reason, even though I thought it was a disk. Hold on, I'll show you that it is a disk and a sphere. How could it be both? We'll get there. Okay, the Earth is a closed system. The solar system is a closed system. Is the galaxy a closed system? Yes. Does the galaxy have an atmosphere? Yes. It's condensed to a pancake because it is toroidal. So sure, here's where all the matter is concentrated. But the whole structure is spherical even as it's condensed because it's a toroid. The structure of the galaxy itself is spherical. A sphere condensed into a pancake. So the point that I'm making here is the Earth is a closed system nested inside the solar system, which is a closed system, nested inside the galaxy, which is a closed system, nested inside the universe, which is a closed system, which we could represent by this image of nested toroids. And here I will explain to you the dimensional nature of reality. You see, right there in the center is a black hole bottomless pit, the singularity, 1, the first dimension. The inertial plane of the toroidal vortex is the second dimension. See how it's flat, plane? Switched images so you know I'm not making this stuff up. I've shown the mathematical equation for this on screen 1,000 times. There it is again. The surface of the Earth is the third dimension. Look around, there's depth. Everything, walking, talking, flying, crawling, it's all three-dimensional. And as humans, we walk through the fourth dimension, the sky, time. The inertial plane is the second dimension. Hell is the first dimension. The inertial plane is the second dimension. Like, it's all flat from our perspective. But we are three-dimensional. And we're moving through time. The sky begins, like, as soon as you leave the ground. That far off the ground, the sky begins. So that we're walking through time. And if you'll see, hell is a closed system there, along with the inertial plane, all bound up in the third reality. And you add the sky to that, and now it's a closed system all within itself and within the sky. Dimensions 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hell, the foundations of the Earth, the surface of the Earth, the sky. Even Einstein's relativity will tell you that time operates differently up there than it does down here. Time does move differently for the 10th floor than it does for the first floor. Yeah, at speed to that, it gets real relative. I don't know how somebody who discovered relativity could have a problem with spooky connection at a distance. It's like both things are equally mind-blowingly weird, bruh. Like if relativity's true, then quantum entanglement's okay. Yes, I can see it's weird around here. And look, the sky is the ether. It's full of electricity. You can suck it right out of the air. Tesla was right. You see all that electromagnetism happening there? It's inherent to the closed system. Let me show you again, then we'll move on. Dimension 1. Dimension 2, Dimension 3, Dimension 4. Dimension 5 is space, more appropriately called the second heaven. The moon is within the closed system of the Earth and the sky. The sun and the stars are in the second heaven, space. That's why they're on fire, they are glorified, whereas the moon is not. Now, time moves differently in space because it's above the fourth dimension. Time moves differently for the sun and the stars. They are immortal, celestial entities. Super advanced, super intelligent, the aliens. The Fermi paradox is wrong. The stars, I mean, you can see innumerable life forms in the night sky. The super advanced, evolved, conscious beings. Let me tell you about that evolution of toroids. It's a good thing the earth is not glorified. Good thing for us, we would all be toast, literally. You take that metaphorically, allegorically, dead literal. Fire, and we ain't made of this stuff yet, are we? Evolution? What's the truth behind evolution? Not what they told you, I promise. True evolution is from sperm cell to human being. From human being to immortal celestial entity. I mean, that's what all the religions have told us. That's what even the New Age are telling us. That's what even the scientists are trying to tell us. We got to evolve our consciousness through technology and all that. They got the story wrong, because theirs is according to the flesh. The true story is according to the spirit. Let me show you. But first, we'll do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, dimension 5. Dimension 6, the heaven of heavens, is paradise. The sky's heaven number 1, includes time. Space, the second heaven. Paradise, the third heaven, the heaven of heavens. What's reality itself, all the way up and down, nested in eternity? Let's talk about the multiverse. You see, God can see not only what you're gonna do, but everything that you possibly could do. All the way from beginning to end, all the possibilities, he can see them all. The heaven of heavens cannot contain him. He is in eternity. As far as multiverse is concerned, superposition, all possibilities. Multiverse is everything that will not happen, because from eternity all the way down through heaven to the earth, superposition is collapsing into reality. More and more, and continues to collapse all the way into a bottomless pit, the black hole singularity we call hell. Hell is physical reality condensed to an infinite point, bottomless pit. Heaven, hell. Your mouth that is supposed to be speaking life, all meats are purged in the draft. That's right, you're a toroid and I'm a toroid and every living thing is toroidal. And we're all nested in the closed system of the earth. And that system is enclosed by the sky, which is a system enclosed by space, or the galaxy as they call it, which is a system enclosed by paradise, or dark matter and energy as they call it, which is a closed system enclosed by eternity itself. All possibility, collapsing into reality level by level until it hits the physical, and further still until it collapses into a bottom. What is the bottom of a bottomless pit? Contemplate that. There ain't one. So, reality itself, the universe itself, doesn't even have to look like this. Look, we are toroids that are all nested on the closed system of the earth, which is also a toroid. Everything is toroids all the way down. But time moves differently and things become more possible the further out you go from the earth. All the way to all possibilities where God is. Now, he has an image sitting on his throne in heaven, but the heaven of heavens cannot contain God. That's just his image. And him dwelling in it, the fullness of the Godhead, it's him, but it's his image that he created everything by, for, and through to sit up on his throne in paradise. Whereas the invisible God is in eternity, he can see all things that could have, might have, would have, didn't, were. Superposition, omnipresence. When we talk about interdimensional beings, they're either from hell, or they're a star or planet or moon in space, a celestial body. Just Google celestial body. Not all flesh is the same kind of flesh. Even on earth there are different kinds of flesh. Even in heaven, some stars shine brighter than others. There's one kind of flesh for the earth, there's another kind of flesh for heaven. We can see them all with our own eyes in the second heaven. Toroids don't just adapt through generations via procreation. The point of a toroid is to jump levels. Jesus said, "Ye must be born again." Look, this right here is what he's talking about, bro. It's the simplest, most obvious, easiest story. It's the purest, most logical explanation. From sperm to human, from human to star, it's not even hard to believe. How could a human become a star? How can a sperm become a human? Oh, it's written in the code, right there in the design. You do what the designer said and you get life, and more abundantly. It's the most logical thing on earth. Did it myself once. So did you. Anyway, look at that shape right there. Look, atoms are closed systems too. There's the galaxy I just showed you. There's cell division. Everything is toroidal. Do you see? Look, here's that cell division. No, those are atomic orbital patterns. And also particle orbital patterns. Doing that same thing you did after you obeyed unto death in the egg. Look, everything's doing that. Jesus told us how.
Reality is dimensional. Shout outs to Dead Hidden. Everything is a toroid. Learned so much by watching this guy. I believe I'm starting to get it.
Liam Payne's unaliving is really starting to connect to Diddy. I don't care what anybody says. Liam Payne had Tucci in his system, the same substance that Diddy has been accused of having in multiple different lawsuits and also accused of having when the feds arrested him. Little Rod's lawsuit against Diddy is the first time that we've ever heard about Tucci, and it even included a picture in this lawsuit of what it was, and it was that pink substance, and it's known to be a combination of E and C. And then when Diddy was arrested, he had this same pink powdered substance on him when they arrested him. Now, with all the sketchy details that we're getting about Liam Payne's death, I am sorry, but can nobody tell me that this is somehow not connected to Diddy? It's being reported that somebody from the hotel is the one that gave Liam Payne these substances, and then after an incident happened, they took him to his hotel room and left him there alone, and then he just so happened to fall from a balcony. Just before Liam Payne's death, he was let go from Universal Music Group, and Universal Music Group CEO Lucian Grange was named in Diddy's lawsuit from Little Rod as a defendant. That was until Lucian Grange threatened the lawyer and Little Rod and said that his claims are baseless, and basically they alleged that they were going to sue him for putting these claims in his lawsuit, and then Lucian Grange would be dropped from the Diddy lawsuit. And then we have the fact that Liam Payne dated Naomi Campbell. Naomi Campbell, the same woman that has had a relationship with Diddy for years. And not only that, y'all know where I'm about to go. Same woman that had connections to Jeffrey Epps? No. That's a victim right there in that photo. Like, Naomi Campbell is always somehow tied to these nefarious people. Why ain't this woman ever been questioned? She should have been questioned in this first case. Bring her to questioning for Diddy. Bring her to questioning for this, because there's just too many connections here that are connecting, baby. And I'm telling y'all, Liam Payne did not just fall out of that window. It doesn't sit right with me that somebody gave him these substances, the same substance that has been connected to Diddy in multiple different lawsuits. Diddy has been allegedly accused of giving people these substances that he allegedly takes advantage of. And then Diddy was arrested with this same substance because allegedly he is addicted to it. What in the world is going on? No. Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
And that's a wrap. Hope you enjoyed tonight's rabbit hole. If you haven't already, please take a second
just to smash that like, subscribe, ring that notification bell,
just to make sure the algorithm know what's up. So what we gonna do, y'all? That's right. Run these numbers up. Thanks again. Until next time.